Yes. So today is a beautiful Saturday, 18th of July, and all the newcomers, because during the weekend you are not working, so some students, friends from Budapest, some from other cities also are here. So welcome you all, you see. Welcome. Jai Ho, Jai Ho, Jai Ho, Jai Ho. So, all the spiritual people, all the followers of Buddha Dharma and Sangha, all the spiritual people, generally all the religious followers, of every religion, they have a lot of expectation. Their expectation is that through following a certain religion, like a religion of Christianity, religion of Islamic religion, religion of divine Hinduism, religion of Judaism, and religion of Buddhism, through following those religions, through believing those religions, everybody has a very strong expectation that their wish is fulfilled, that their problems are solved, that their body's mind is protected from the source of their belief, So religious believers, followers, even the follower of Buddha Dharma Sangha also have an expectation, So those expectations can be disappointed, and not fully fulfilled. And their expectation is not fulfilled, their wish is not fulfilled, their problems are not solved, and they don't also receive the proper kind of protection also. So the religious, the believing of religion from a religious believer side is believed with a lot of expectation. But unfortunately, many expectations, many wish are not fulfilled. So there's a lot of religious believers who are very disappointed, very unhappy, without getting their answer, without getting their protection, what they expect, without getting their kind of wish fulfillment. The religious people, the communities, also they're very sad, very depressed, and very disappointed one, unfortunately. So that's why it is the most important duty of all the religious leaders, religious preachers, and religious organizers, that they should give the first priority, most heartfelt priority, to protect this beautiful human being who believe the religion, and try to remove their fear and suffering, and try to fulfill their hope, their wish, as much as we can, through spiritual teaching, guidance, and through helping them from kind of poverty, helping them from all kind of dangerous sickness, and helping them to protect from the war and things like that. It is the most important the task and duty of all the religious leaders, religious organization, to wholeheartedly concentrate to help this beautiful human being who believe religion, and wholeheartedly try to serve them, try to fulfill their wish, try to bless them, try to protect them try to make them sin-free, you know, free from sin, and give them heartfelt smile in their heart of every religious believers, and heartfelt smile in their face, you know, because religious organization, religious leaders are able to serve their followers, and specifically and generally to a whole humanity, you know. It's very important. It is not good that religious people who love religion, who follow religion, who believe religion, that their expectation is not fulfilled, they are not protected, they are not well guided, you know, they are not well served. So when the religious people, followers, are absolutely disappointed and unhappy, that makes the God very unhappy. That makes all the God, all the Buddha and Bodhisattva very unhappy. You know? When religious leaders, when they themselves become selfish and greedy, they only know how to dominate others, they know how to convert others, but they don't take responsibility to protect all their followers, to bless their followers, and also they don't bring peace and unity of whole religion and whole mankind. If they fail their duty to protect mankind and or their believers, that makes not only the human beings, the believers are very unhappy, very disappointed, but also that makes the God very disappointed. The Almighty Holy Father get very disappointed. Almighty Holy Mother get very disappointed. Almighty Son of God get very disappointed. Almighty Allah and Almighty Prophet Muhammad become absolutely disappointed. With whom? With all the religious leaders, with all the religious organization. They got disappointed. And all the Buddha and Bodhisattvas, noble beings, are absolutely disappointed. The religious leaders, you know, who take all advantage of receiving so much respect, receiving so much priority from human beings. Those religious leaders, if they are not able to fulfill their followers' wish and they are not able to protect them and protect all human beings, not only those believers and followers are become very disappointed and very unhappy, also the God, what we believe, the Buddha, what we believe, Lord Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, what we believe, Almighty Allah and Muhammad, what we believe, get most disappointed. It makes God angry, you know? Yeah? When human beings are disappointed, when the followers and believers are disappointed, it also disappoints the God the most. It disappointed the Buddha and Bodhisattvas. It disappoints Lord Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Religious leaders who enjoy all the high position, who enjoy to receive all kind of respect and everything from human beings and from their followers, and not able to protect them directly, not able to bless them directly, not able to remove their pain and suffering of their followers. You know? Those religious organizations, those religious leaders can become a most sinful person on the earth, you know? You know, the truth is a bit sour and bitter, but somebody has to tell this truth, no? But I don't complain very much for this present world and all religious leaders very much. It seems like I believe and I can see, you know, that this present Pope Francis, Francis, and full name? Pope Francis, yeah, Pope Francis. And I believe, I can see from my eyes, I can feel that he is a very selfless and a loving great Pope that we have. I don't know about other great popes, like Pope John Paul was one of the great Pope, and Pope Weitzinger also was a great Pope. No, but this present Pope now, Pope Francis, he looks very humble, down on the earth, very loving. No, you can see from his smile. No, so one of the most powerful religion of Christianity, the supreme leader of Christianity. What are you doing there? Hello? Camila, you don't have to do this. You can come change. You can change your chair.
Yeah, it's okay here, Master?
Yeah, of course it's okay. Otherwise you will look like this. No. So I should invite one mechanic to make you straight or what? So Pope Francisco, the present Pope, is very loving, very humble, down to earth, and he's guiding his Christian organization, Catholic organization, to be very peaceful, very loving, instead of dominating, No? So the present now Pope, Christian Pope, is very loving, very great spiritual leader. Actually, I appreciate him. And then the divine leaders, spiritual leaders of the religion of Hinduism. I know most of the divine gurus. I know the Shankaracharyas. There's 4 main Shankaracharya, and there's some branch Shankaracharyas, and there are many divine gurus. I know personally since 10 years. I know them personally. I meet them. I talk with them. We stay together in one conference. I know them. They are really yogi. They are really a saint. You know what I say? Holy saint, holy gurus. Of course, every religion leaders, gurus have different ways to speak, different way to dress, different tradition. But all in all, their heart is very pure, very loving. They are protecting their divine Hindu culture, which is originated from many thousand years before, or beyond time. The tradition of Lord Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, tradition of Lord Ram and Krishna, who sacrificed themselves for the benefit of their followers, for the benefit of their devotees, for the benefit of noble great India, who is home of our religion. All these divine Hindu gurus they are very loving, very dynamic, very knowledgeable, very profound. And in religion of Buddhism, we have different lineage, different origination. From same Buddha, history of Buddha Shakyamuni, the teaching is classified into 3 kind: Vijnana, Hinayana, Theravada Buddhist, Mahayana, Bodhisattva kind of practitioners, and Vajrayana, the supreme, which hold the supreme most powerful technique of great purification and great transformation and great realization. So we have Theravada Buddhist gurus. I have been in Thailand, I know them. Buddhist, the head of the Buddhists in Thailand, I know personally. I know 2 times I've been meeting the previous one who passed away, and then now second one also. They are very gentle, very peaceful, very loving. They're down on the earth. They are not so greedy. They are not so, they are very humble and modest. I know. They're very good, very kind. I think, And I also know the most powerful Buddhist spiritual leader of Sri Lanka. I know them personally. I meet them 2 times. I offer my heartfelt respect to them with some nice kind of gift, and they also show their heartfelt love and their respect to me. They are so peaceful, so kind, and so down on the earth, not ambitious, not complicated, down on the earth. Very good inspiration. And then the Tibetan Buddhism, which practiced all the tradition of Buddha's teaching or Buddha's Buddhism, who practiced Hinayana on the basis of practicing selfless, loving discipline, and then also they practice Mahayana, practice which is based on practicing the wisdom of enlightenment and universal loving compassion, And they also, Tibetan Buddhists, they also follow the Vajrayana, the greatest technique which can purify and transform and achieve great realization with a very short period of time, They practice Vajrayana, so Tibetan Buddhists, they practice Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana. And the supreme head of this Tibetan Buddhism is His Supreme Holiness, the 14th Great Dalai Lama, who is living Buddha himself. He is Buddha himself in human form, who is a Supreme Bodhisattva, Avalokiteshvara's imagination. He is embodiment of all the Buddha and Bodhisattvas, and especially he is embodiment of the Supreme Bodhisattva or Supreme Buddha Avalokiteshvara. And you all know His Holiness Dalai Lama, since his heartfelt dedication, his heartfelt teachings, and dynamic initiation, and his heartfelt activity, which is concentrated to bring genuine peace, unity, and brotherhood of all religion and all humanity. Whose single wish is to benefit all mother sentient beings, to liberate all mother sentient beings from the ocean of samsara, life after life. His Holiness himself says, I wish to remain in this samsara, until all his mother sentient beings are absolutely liberated, freed, and achieve Buddhahood. As space remains forever, as earth element remains forever, as water elements remains forever, as wind elements remains forever, to nourish all human beings, to give place to live, Like that, he wished to remain forever, to remove pain and suffering from all sentient beings, to fulfill wish of all mother sentient beings, until all mother sentient beings achieve great liberation. He wished to remain forever. And this is what he say in his teaching is from his heart. He really mean it. So now we have this His Holiness, the 14th Great Dalai Lama is still living, for the benefit of this world, for the protection of this world, So we are so fortunate, So that's why in Tibetan Buddhism, the spiritual leaders, they're extraordinary. incomparable, what do you say? Uncomparable. The great Sakyatinji. Yeah, this Sakyatinji is smiling at us. Who's Guru Padmasambhava himself? You know? Who is the divine deity, Vajra Kilaya in human form, and his successors, his divine son, and all his divine cousins, son and grandsons, all are like living Buddha. All are perfect source of refuge, source of protection of all human beings and other sentient beings. What a great master. And his son is Javakarmapa, who is a living Buddha, who is a living Avalokiteshvara Buddha. Karmapa is a living embodiment of Avalokiteshvara. Both his son is Dalai Lama and Karmapa have same essence, embodiment of Avalokiteshvara. So if you read Dalai Lama, his son is Dalai Lama's history, biography, if you read Karmapa's biography, you will see it. You know? The Buddhas can come, the emanation can come infinite. One Buddha can have countless emanation, countless come in form of countless form to benefit each and every sentient being. You know? Their activity is beyond limit, you know, beyond border. So we have 16, you know, I am the fortunate one who directly received heartfelt love and a great blessing from 16 Javakarmapa, who was my root guru. And now 16 Javakarmapa is incarnated as an immaculate 17 Javakarmapa Ujjantane Dorje. No? What a powerful, what a dynamic, what a loving, great Buddha, great Bodhisattva. You know, Karmapa, who hold the activity of all the Buddha of 3 times, you know, and who benefit all mother sentient beings forever, you know. So we have the Karmapas, you know. Like that in Nyingma lineage, we have a extraordinary, most great Dingu Khenzen Poche. He passed away, but his incarnation is he incarnated, no? He incarnated again to protect this world and enlighten all human beings. And then we have this Nyingma spiritual leader. We have the Chadal Sangye Dorje, the great, no? The most profound, most serious, and most unshakable, a great, profound, great being, from whom I received directly heartfelt blessing, heartfelt guidance, I received heartfelt protection and love, you know. But he passed away. And Chadar Rinpoche, his last word was that he should not be recognized as the second Chadar or something like Chadar Rinpoche. He may come any form. He will come in any form, unknown, any form. He can come as any human being's son, and spontaneously he benefit all mother sentient beings. He said he don't want to be recognized, because now he says that there's a lot of incarnations, a lot of tulkus are. Many of them, they are correct, and some of them are false, you know, like unfortunately, you know. Many tulkus, they cover the divine activity of the previous Lama or previous Rinpoche. Instead of that, they just become more samsaric, more kind of ordinary, Not I'm saying this. This is the rumors. This is a gossip that everybody's talking, So I don't want to discriminate who's real and who is fake. I don't want to say this, Who we are to judge, whether someone is real or fake. I am too small to judge others. Even Buddha says, don't judge others. Through their outer look, outer behavior, you cannot judge people. Who is real and who is wrong, So in my heart, I feel that all the Tulgus who are incarnated, or who are recognized by Karmapa, by Taisi Rinpoche, by His Holiness Dalai Lama, and who are recognized by Sakya Tenzin Rinpoche, and who are recognized by other great Rinpoches, I have heartfelt belief in all of them, Because first of all sentient beings have a Buddha potential, excellent potential, which is Buddha potential, So on top of that, if somebody is recognized as a Tulku, then at least he realized that he has some duty to fulfill the wish of the previous one. And he studied Dharma. He studied Dharma, he practiced Dharma, and he tried to benefit other beings. So each sentient beings who are practicing Dharma, each human being who are practicing Dharma sincerely, can represent every great beings who pass away, I personally don't like to judge people at all. But in any way, there is countless Tulkus, countless Rinpoches, countless Khenpos and Lamas who are under the supreme guidance of His Holiness Dalai Lama, who is a spiritual leader, supreme spiritual leader of Tibetan Buddhism. All of them, they're studying the Holy Dharma, they're practicing Holy Dharma, and they try to guide all human beings to practice Holy Dharma and help all human beings to purify, to transform, and to liberate them. All are wish of Buddha. All are fulfilling the wish of Buddha, So in fact, even Islamic religion, unless the Islamic religious leaders who have a political involvement, who have political kind of engagement, as other politicians, if the religious leader become involved with politics and mix their religious activity with the political interest, then, as everybody knows, that some of the dynamic Islamic religious leaders become a producer of terrorism, producer. This is very unfortunate. I don't believe this, and this is everybody knows it also, But I feel very sad, I wish that it's not true, So sometimes we don't know the real Islamic religious leaders who really want to bring peace, who really want to protect whole mankind, that they are true Islamic leaders who practice the divine tradition of Islamic tradition, who really practice the Quran in a very authentic way, They can never, all the true Islamic religious leaders cannot be connected or cannot be a supporter of terrorism, that's for sure, Unfortunately, if some of them, they support terrorism, then the whole world community speak bad about Islamic, and they think bad about Islamic, and that the Islamic religion is connected with the terrorism. if all human beings start to have this misunderstanding, if this kind of dislike, this is very unfortunate for that Islamic religion, And I know in Christian religion, in Islamic religion, for example, the Sufia, spiritual leaders of Christianity, of Islamic, and the other Ahmadiwad, Ahmadiwad. Ahmadiyya, where we went to near Bombay. They invite me for their annual religious function. Ahmadiyya. They're spiritual leaders who live in the UK. And many other Islamic spiritual leaders, they are very compassionate, many of them I saw when I went there many years before, 3 times in Israel. They are very serious, very profound, very peace-loving, and taking very good responsibility to protect Islamic religion, and also they try to clear the doubt of other human beings who have a doubt on that, and you can really help human beings to clear the doubt about human beings, They clear the misunderstanding of human beings, So many peace-loving, dynamic Islamic religious leaders, some of them I know, they have nothing to do with the terrorists. They only have to do with the Islamic religion, which is a religion of peace, religion of love, religion of sacrificing their life and their body's mind for Allah, to fulfill the wish of Allah, like Christianity. So that's why I say that the present world, in this present world, all the religious leaders, spiritual leaders, I feel very happy. I feel okay with them. Everybody is good in their own way. Everybody is doing good in their own way. But now here, the concern is, even though every religious leaders are good in their own place, their own way, if we are not united, if all the spiritual religious leaders are not united, with one heart of peace, with one heart of love, with one responsibility of protecting this world and beautiful human beings, and this moment of time, if we are too late to be united, and if altogether if we cannot protect this world and all human beings, it will be very regretful, So I wish and I pray from my heart that we can achieve genuine peace, unity, and brotherhood of all religious leaders and religious followers, and then we also, all religious leaders and religious followers who are united with every religion, together can protect these beautiful human beings, protect this beautiful planet, and remove all the obstacles, and bring genuine peace, prosperity, and unity of whole mankind. So this is my concern, and this is, I think, everyone's concern. This is a great concern, great activity of His Holiness Dalai Lama and all these great spiritual leaders. And this is also concern, great responsibility for the Pope Francis also, So I think we all have to come together, meet together, and share each other's wisdom, share each other's loving compassion, and share each other's divine ideas, divine kind of activity, and to urgently protect this world, okay? And when, for example, if America is and China is on the way to make war, they are making all this army exercise. What do you say yesterday?
Military exercise.
Military exercise, and all the religious leaders who want to protect this world, who want to protect these human beings, they cannot keep silence. They must raise their voice and urgently stop the possible war between America and China. Keep silence is not a solution. It doesn't mean we have to fight. We have to be aggressive, and we all religious leaders and religious followers must come together and fight. No, we have a right to raise our voice. To stop war, to stop conflict, and all this. I don't want to say the names. Many leaders who are, not everybody, at least some for sure, making this coronavirus situation to dominate human beings, and try to take their kind of economic benefit. With the name of coronavirus, with the name of treatment. I feel many are very corrupted. They take all their chance to control the economic and then to take the benefit for themselves, For this, all the religious leaders, everyone come together with heart of peace, heart of love, with the intention of protecting these beautiful human beings. Sometimes good that we raise our voice compassionately, but dynamically, truthfully, and lovingly. That millions of religious followers and thousands of religious leaders can raise up their voice to protect this world and make all the leaders hear this loud and clear, and make all the political leaders to be a little bit more careful, more mindful, not to be too greedy, reduce their political crimes, financial crimes, But everybody stays silent. You know everything, and yet you show yourself that you know nothing. If we play a role of foolishness, and then they will make us more foolish, and all human beings will suffer more. Sorry, I have to say this. I have to say this, but my voice is not important. Who cares what the little Tanpai, Master Guru Karma Tanpai speak? Who cares? He's saying something. Who cares? Maybe it matters. If the Almighty Holy Father, Almighty God, Almighty Holy Son, Almighty Buddha and Bodhisattvas, Almighty Lord Brahma Vishnu Shiva, Almighty Lord Ram and Krishna is with me because of my altruistic intention, because of my selfless loving compassion and my selfless kind of loving kind of wish to protect this world, to bring peace, unity for all human beings, which is also a wish of all the divine beings. If all the divine beings are with me, I'm sure they're with me. This voice, this message that I give you can benefit the world, can make all religious leaders to think and do, and rapidly be urgently be united to protect our world. And all the politicians also. These politicians, leaders are actually, they are normal human being like everyone else. But after they get a very strong, powerful political position, leadership, then many politicians, instead they learn from the guru's knowledge. They learn and take advice from all the spiritual great beings from every religion. At least ask them. They may keep all the spiritual great leaders who have great wisdom, great loving compassion as their advisor. And according to that advice, if the powerful political leaders start to act, start to do their politics, it will be very good. No? But these leaders, it seems like they are not interested. After they become prime minister, president, or minister, they are top of the world, These religious people, no matter how wise they are, how profound they are, these are not any more important because they have the leadership. The position is, they hang them up, And then don't feel necessary of taking advice from the such a great spiritual beings who are still alive in this world, They don't feel necessary to take the advice from the spiritual leaders who have a great knowledge, great experience, who have a great technique, So the political leaders, powerful political leaders, become like a horse without, this one, horse, horse without driver, without control, So become out of order, Of course, there's many political leaders, very dynamic political leaders who appear just since 10 years before. Sri Narendra Modi ji, the historical divine leader of our present noble great India. Modi ji, from childhood, he went to his gurus to study philosophy, to practice meditation. He was like a really genuine yogi, practicing all the divine tradition, divine teachings of our divine Hinduism from different gurus, and he meditated. And then later he took responsibility that I have to protect my noble great India. I have to protect my divine culture, divine tradition, divine religion. And if I can, I also have to bring peace, to benefit whole world. So he developed this responsibility. He took this responsibility and he became 10 years Chief Minister of Gujarat. And now since 6 years, he's a Prime Minister of Noble Great India, and he has knowledge. He's very profound. He's very spiritual inside. Inside, very selfless. What I am very surprised about him is he did not take, during when he was Chief Minister in Gujarat, he did not take 1 hour, 1 day holiday. Now since more than 6 years, since he became Prime Minister of Great India, he did not take 1 day holiday. Sleep 4 hours a day. He sacrificed his time, his energy, his body's mind to serve Great India. What a great leader. And he was not a son of a king or not from a noble family. He's a son of a very humble villagers. Very humble, very modest, quite poor. He was born in a normal family, poor family. And the young age he was selling tea, chawala, chai. And now this man become the most powerful leader of the most powerful, most large democratic country in the world. A chawala, a normal boy. Ancient time, there's no chance. India as ruled by all the rulers, the kings, and ruled by big families, noble families, Whether they are noble or not, I don't know. But now, first time in India, such a big change. In the largest democratic country, now we found the most profound, dynamic prime minister, leader of great India, from a poor family's son, who was selling tea in the railway station. Now he became prime minister. Oh, I'm so happy, I'm so happy. Such a great change, isn't it? This is democratic, A poor son, when he's capable, he has a chance to lead the largest democratic country in the world, India. So that's why I support him. Wholeheartedly, selflessly, I support Modi ji. My support doesn't mean a lot, because he has all countless people who support, but at least I support from my heart. That's the reason why I master love Modi. I think some of you think, is master is connected with the Indian politics a lot, Am I taking some benefit from the Indian political leaders or not from Modi? No, not at all. It's natural love. The poor families, poor fathers, mothers, son become a great being and have a chance to become the divine leader of the most largest democratic country in the world, which is the great India. I'm so happy. I feel relief. Relief, That's why I support him. And he's doing good. He's capable of protecting the noble great India, the divine culture and divine tradition, and plus he's on the way to create some miracles to unify all the leaders, because all the leaders also appreciate him. Putin is appreciating him. Trump is appreciating him. Japanese Prime Minister is appreciating him. The maximum leader of the world leaders are appreciating him. So he can unify all the leaders of different countries. I hope the KP Oliji, the loving, dynamic Prime Minister of Nepal, and Modi ji, I hope they can meet together and able to solve the border dispute, and also both of these two, brother nation, holy nation, and the leaders get united, get a very warm relationship, and together can bring peace in the world, and together can also protect Asia and protect the world. I have a lot of expectation. I have a lot of wish that these leaders are well blessed, well protected, and then these leaders, they all concentrate to bring peace and protection, protect all human beings. I have a lot of expectation, and I always doing this heartfelt prayers and dedication also in the same time. And then everybody put down, criticize China so hard, No. If China is many people think China is a villain. Villain is what? Villain. There's one in film. There's one hero and one villain, isn't it? Villain. Everybody criticizes so hard to China, so harshly, sometimes very aggressively, as if China is a villain. So I think too much criticizing is not really helping very much. Too much blaming, too much criticizing China makes China even more danger. The villain become more aggressive. To do extremes of criticism, extremes of putting down or make others very aggressive, because you criticize, be extremely, our extremes of criticism, our extremes of criticism through our channels, through our TV or through our medias, it doesn't help the world. Extremes of criticism doesn't help the world, doesn't bring peace, doesn't solve the problem. And extremes of criticism doesn't heal the wound, It makes the wound more dangerous. It makes the things more worse, So that's why the world community has to think very carefully. All the leaders of the political leaders, religious leaders, even the great America, great India, who are very much against China and doing an extremes of criticism makes China more angry, So the extremes of anger, supporting the anger of someone cause catastrophe, then cause some good change. Will not bring good change, it will bring more catastrophe because those countries have a very much strong force army. Many of them, they have weapons. So extremes of criticism can lead towards third war. It's too dangerous. So those people who criticize more than necessary, they are not helping. They are not healing the wound. But they are making the wound more worse, more dangerous, Chinese medias, they are talking very less, I don't hear very much. Anyway, China is a communist country, not as open as a democratic country. They're extremely talking so bad about other countries or neighbors. I didn't hear very much. They talk very less, actually. But they hear everything what India is speaking through the TV, how much they're criticizing. The Chinese people, leader, all watching TV. What America is saying against them, what India is saying against them. And then more come here, more to come here. Don't rush there, please. More. Hey, pause. Yes, hello. Okay. Give a space. The Chinese leaders, I'm sure, and Chinese people are watching what Indian TV is saying, Indian media is saying, what America is saying. They hear everything, but they don't react. They keep inside, until they can explore their anger, in form of virus, in form of any awful aspect, Be careful, Don't criticize, don't make people angry so much, Of course, you have to tell something, the truth, yes. Truth can be told without. The truth can be told. You can talk with a very peaceful, very wise, very serious, and very diplomatic way. In this case, I feel that Sri Narendra Modi is very profound, and this Indian Defense Minister Rajnath is very smart. Both of them, the Prime Minister Modi and the Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, both went to Ladakh, to see the exercise of the military exercise. But none of them speak China. They didn't say China. Because China have very strong ears to hear. If someone condemn in name of China, China get very angry. China can never forget, and China cannot forgive. So they didn't say China, be careful, or China, you are bad, or we are on the way to, to take the revenge, whatever. Both these leaders, they didn't take the name of China. Of course, they say, without taking the name, if you are about to swallow our piece of land, if you want to subjugate our piece of land, we will fight with you, We will defend our land and our people. We are strong enough. Like that much only. But they didn't say exactly China and use the name of China. I feel that these leaders are very wise. Sorry, I worry, That's why I speak this, So sometimes, making extremes of criticism doesn't help you, but it certainly make your dangerous enemy more angry, more danger for you and for the world. And this most loving Tibetan community, who is under guidance of his son Dalai Lama, they are very peaceful. They are very careful what they speak. They don't want to irritate, provoke China too much, because your family is in Tibet is staying under China, The button, the remote control is how China treat your own people who live in Tibet, autonomous region of Tibet. China have the key, remote control, how to treat, according to the propaganda, aggressive propaganda or peaceful propaganda from Tibetan community of exiled government, in China. So that's why his Holiness Dalai Lama told all Tibetan exiled, be silence, be peaceful, Don't provoke too much. Even though we have the biggest problem, we are so hurted, we are very painful inside, but still tolerate. Don't bring extremes of criticism and extremes of provocation. So very wise, very careful. So that's why everybody has to be careful before you criticize others, because to criticize others is very easy. But this harsh criticism, how much it cause harm, how much it break heart of other people, you cannot imagine. So if we like to solve the problem, we should find a very compassionate, peaceful, wise technique to solve the problem. Showing good respect to others. Like Buddha Shakyamuni teach 4 methods. Nyambar mawa, Dön chopa, Dön tumba, Nyambar mawa, Chimba, Dön chopa, Dön tumba. Buddha Shakyamuni never teach politics, but if the politicians practice this, it is the best solution. Whether you are happy with someone, or whether you are very angry with someone, whether you want to, if you want to solve any problems between human relationship, between relationship of a country, between relationship of families, between relationship of every human beings, you can simply practice 4 skills, 4 methods. First is to speak Nyambarma. Speak good about everyone. Speak good about your enemy also. Your enemy can change into friend. If you speak good and speak harmlessly, speak compassionately, speak nicely, even your sweet speak, kind speak, can change your enemy into best friend, So always speak sweet, I speak sweet with you, no. Sometimes I shout a little bit, But sometimes you have to shout. Only sweet speak cannot help, But reasonably, not in extreme. Master shout, I shout. 1 second I shout, next second, sorry, sorry. This is Master Tantra, it's okay. So you speak very wholesome, even to your enemies. Even people who hurt you, who disturb you, who take away something from you. You speak good, speak wholesome, speak lovingly, peacefully, joyfully. That can transform your enemy's heart into heart of love. Your enemy can become your friend the next morning, for example. Always speak good, speak gentle and wholesome. First thing. Then not only speaking sweet, also share your wealth, share your happiness. Like I have 1 apple, I have 2 apples. 1 I eat, second one I share. But if I have 1 apple, then what to do? That 1 apple you can cut into 2 pieces and share. Or you keep the whole apple. And your friends, your enemy can say, oh my God, this man I thought is very dangerous, he hates me so much. But in fact he's so loving. He have 1 apple, but this apple he gave me. So by sharing your wealth, by practicing generosity, you can change everybody's mind to love you, to respect you. It can change your enemy's mind to love you, to respect you. This is Buddha Shakyamuni skill. Now, most religious leaders, religious and people, what they do? They want to get all the good talk. Everybody talks. They expect everybody to talk good about them. But not necessarily they are able to talk good about others. They expect everybody to talk good about you. But you yourself not able to talk good about others. This is the problem. And everybody, most of the religious leaders, most of the people, everybody offer to them, make offering. No? You offer your house, you offer your land, you offer your money, you offer your gold to me. Where else I am not able to share. Where else I am not able to give generosity, practice generosity. I only know how to take and don't know how to give and share with love, This is a big problem. This 4 skill what Buddha taught to practice, to speak good, to speak wholesomely, and to practice generosity, and do what they wish to do. Do according to their wish, fulfill their wish. Do accordingly to fulfill their wish and fulfill their wish. So we all are ready, always there to fulfill our wish only. Of course, we are not going to fulfill our enemy's wish because we have too much anger inside. We know how to fulfill our own wish selfishly, but we not able to fulfill the wish of others with compassionately, So these 4 skills what Buddha teach is practice oppositely, everything for you. So that's why as a true follower of Buddha, we have to practice nyambaramawa, chimba, nyambaramawa, donchopa, dontumba, hengi donchopa, to benefit others, to benefit your enemy. Your enemy's enemy become very unhappy because his wish is not fulfilled. No? So you help him to fulfill his wish. At least temporarily. So when you help your enemy fulfill their wish, support them, enemies, oh my God, I thought that person is my enemy, but nobody else is helping me. But the person that I thought is enemy, he is helping me. He is fulfilling my wish. Oh my God. They shake hands, they start heck, You try to benefit others, even to benefit your enemies. and try not to do something provocative, against your enemy. Don't do anything which will provoke and which will irritate your enemy or other beings. Do according skillfully, farsightedly, wisely, to fulfill, to benefit them, and not to do anything to provoke them, to irritate them, to harm them. If you do this practice, Buddha says, all the human beings, all the beings will come to you in your shelter, in your family. Everybody will come to you because you are the source of their happiness, because you are the source of their wishfulness. All the beings will doing opposite. What a Buddha's teaching, So, even as Buddhists, we are not, sometimes we are not able to practice this four great skill of doing uposhin. Dua means something like gathering. Dua means that everybody gathering in this room. For example, everybody is gathering in this room. How you say in English?
It's called togetherness.
Gathering.
Yeah.
The four practice of gathering, collecting, gathering everyone in your favor, because you benefit them all. You fulfill their wish, and everybody gathers to you. So Buddhists and Buddha's teaching, has no politics, but this four skill of practice is a very, very powerful practice, which can unify everyone with a treatment of heartfelt love, heartfelt respect, and giving heartfelt wishfulness to other beings, Doing Uposhin. So sometimes being a Buddhist, we forget to practice this doing Uposhin, If we practice this doing Uposhin since 60 years, I think now all this exiled Tibetan government together with His Holiness Dalai Lama are back to Tibet already 20-30 years before, because China also need somebody who are in their favor, who are not their enemy. Even China calls hurt the Tibetan people, taking their country, But tolerate all these things, because we are Buddhists, we are proud Buddhists, we have Buddha as our teaching. So if we practice this doing Uposhin, and instead of making extremes of criticism, if we practice doing Uposhin, all problems can be solved. I'm not talking in the political way, this is the spiritual way, how to solve, according to Dharma, how to solve the problem. How to purify your enemy's mind, how to transfer your enemy's mind into friendship, into warm heart, This is a spiritual way. According to the holy Dharma, how to solve all the problems. How can transform enemy into good friend, By practicing generosity to them, By speaking very compassionate to them. By somehow fulfilling their wish also. And not to irritate them, not to provoke them, You can transform the heart of your enemy into best friend, as your best friend. This is Buddha's teaching. I think that Lord Jesus Christ also said the same, isn't it? Because people who hit you here can be your best friend, best disciples. If you tolerate and smile, it's very hard, you know. Practice the power of tolerance, power of practicing tolerance and patience is incredible. Power of tolerance is power of Buddha. No? It can transform. It can purify and transform everything in your favor, you know. So this what I'm speaking is nothing to do with the politics. It is just pure practice of holy dharma, which can fulfill not only your wish, also the full wish of everyone, you know. Satisfy everyone, unify everyone, become friend with everyone. So that's what I want to say is that to practice extremes of criticism and putting down others so badly, even your worst enemy, if you do this, it doesn't help. It doesn't help your country. It just feeds your anger, that's all. No? If you demonstrate and make very aggressive demonstration, it just feeds your anger. Maybe your enemy is laughing about you, that you are, you are demonstrating, that you are doing, because your enemy is much more powerful than you. Even your enemy is less powerful than you, still. To be very diplomatic, to be very peaceful, to be very far-sighted, and solve all the problems in very compassionate way, wise way, and very wholesome way, according to the Dharma, holy Dharma, can solve problems from the root, you know. Our anger can solve problem for a very short time, only if you are, but it will invite more problems, more anger. Because problem is just solved by our loving compassion, with our wisdom and enlightenment, with the practice of holy Dharma. We can solve the problem from the root. The problems disappear forever. So why I say this? You know why I say this? Yes. No, there's in the water. What's the water of southeast? Was this the area near Thailand, Malaysia, Sri Lanka? This water, South Asia water, was it China water or something? Say what is? What's the name of the water? Ocean.
India.
Huh?
South China Ocean.
South China Ocean, South India Ocean, South whatever. Every Now they have Americans. They put their most very powerful military force there. Actually, I'm afraid to tell you that we are very close to have a terrible war. I worry so much. How are you going to protect the world not to have war? All the world leaders are very sensitive now. They're very disturbed with coronavirus. Sometime to how to dominate their own country and always keep the power in your hand to dominate your own people, and then try to dominate other countries. Many political leaders are very disturbed. So this, what I'm speaking, is can be very truthful, very earnest, and sometimes quite courageous. But I think it will not help very much. It cannot change the world. No? Some people think, oh, he's speaking courageously, correctly, but no. We are powerless people, you know. Who cares what we speak? They even don't care what Pope speak also. If Pope like to speak same like me, they will also not care. His Holiness Dalai Lama speaks something from his heart to protect the world. Others may not listen. If others listen, then the world will be a different world now, you know. So please, what I want to say, this is never hate anyone. Never speak very badly about everyone. As we practice the essence of our religion, which is the practice of Dharma, we practice 4 perfections and the 6th perfection. First perfection is we practice the perfection of generosity. Generosity can be a physical generosity or teaching generosity, sharing sharing smile also can be generosity. Generosity has many different forms, you know. The best way to practice generosity is that you as a giver and others as a taker as one. You don't have ego, pride, as if you are the giver who are giving a piece of gold or something like that, you know. The other one is more poor, more needy, who is separate from you. The givers give with the heart of oneness. I myself as a giver, like I am giving this teaching, I am the one who gives this teaching, myself as a giver, and my disciples, my friends who as a taker of the teaching, we are one. The best giver is he or she who gives something, shares something with the belief, heartfelt belief of oneness, with heartfelt feeling of oneness. That is selfless giving. That is a perfect practice of generosity, which is beyond dualism. No? That's best generosity. No? Like sometimes Anna Marie or somebody says, Master, she have not much money, you know. But if she have something, put them, Master, this is for you. I know when she give, she feels like, Master, this is my loving Master. He have some expenses, you know. And he never asks money or donation to anyone. This is my Master. She give as she is one with me. She's a Master and her as one. With pure heart of love, pure heart of kindness, you know, like you still do this. And all of you do this, you know. This is pure giving, pure generosity. And the benefit of practice of perfect generosity is incredible, beyond size, beyond number. The perfect generosity to practice is this one, what I studied now, you know. And then to practice perfect discipline. You know. Your perfect practice of discipline can bring endless happiness and bring endless divine inspiration to others, you know. Make yourself absolutely wholesome and make everyone else practice wholesome, you know. To have wholesome Buddhist mind. I don't have wholesome. The discipline was always my problem because I'm too open, too flexible, not good. But at least I practice the essence of discipline, which is not to harm others. No? But sometimes in order to help others, you need to harm ourselves. Like doctor, if you want to free your patient, you have to put injection, Atsa, patient says, and after a few hours, one day, patient is better, smiling, it's okay. Temporarily you hurt them, but ultimately you help them. And some doctors even have to make operation, cut the patient's body into pieces and take the cancer away. Sometimes in order to help you, also your mother can hurt you, your father who love you can hurt you, your master who love you, who want to purify you, who want to transform you, who want to protect you, can say some harsh word, And I got several times like this from my masters, and those are my greatest master, who really work for me. Other masters who just smile, they're very kind, Not necessarily they really work hard for me, So, perfect discipline, we have to practice. And we have to practice a perfect tolerance. The problem that we face, the suffering and fear what we experience, is caused by anger, caused by our greediness, caused by our mistake, caused by our misunderstanding, So the real enemy, which causes suffering and fear, is our anger, Our enemy just introduce by hurting us, by doing something unpleasant, make us angry. Means make us feel that we are sick with anger. Make us to point, make us to show and see that there's cobra in your house. So one who show you cobra, or one who makes you to see cobra in your bed, is not your enemy. Your enemy is cobra, which is sleeping with you, which is in your bed. Our enemy is the anger. So we misunderstand. We thought people who cause our anger is our enemy. He made me angry. He made me to see cobra in your bed. So actually he protects you. That you have the most dangerous poisonous snake is hiding with your bed. Because someone introduced you, make you to realize this, and you have chance to fight with the cobra or just chase away the cobra. You have to, but you never realize that you have a cobra in your bed and nobody show us, then a cobra can bite us, kill us anytime. So one who make us anger is just show us our anger, which is the most dangerous enemy, and pointing our anger, cause to see our anger, terrible anger that is hiding with you, make you to walk with your anger and purify your anger and transform your anger and win over your anger, which is the greatest enemy. So that's why your enemies are your spiritual master. Your enemies are your friend. Your enemy is your teacher who introduced your faults, your mistake, your anger. You must feel grateful instead of get angry. But of course it's difficult. When somebody really makes us angry, in that moment, difficult to appreciate the person that makes you very angry. But in reality, the truth is that anger is our enemy, not the person who makes you angry. So the Hidamata hello, the Indian friend is in Saint Andre.
Yes.
What is name?
Pradeep.
Huh?
Pradeep.
Pradeep. And he is with a Hungarian passport or Indian passport.
Indian.
He come with visa.
Yes, he stay until autumn.
Until often means.
Autumn.
For half year.
Oh, he got visa.
Yes.
Oh, I see. So please convey my greetings to Indian friend.
Okay, I stay.
Yeah, okay. So practice. You say, there's no bigger sin than anger. Anger is the biggest sin. Where else practice tolerance is greatest merit. No. Which merit is most powerful merit? No, the most powerful merit is to practice tolerance. No? Because only practice tolerance, who is the greatest merit, can conquer anger, who is the greatest enemy, Yeah? Nobody else can conquer. Only your practice of tolerance can conquer your most dangerous enemy, which is your anger. Otherwise, if only tolerance, practice of tolerance can conquer, can stop anger, who can bring the biggest damage for you. So your practice is your practice of tolerance is your bodyguard, or your what's that bodyguard? Your protector. Enemy is very strong, so you need a very strong bodyguard, you strong friend who can protect you from your anger. That is practice of tolerance. Try not to make ourselves angry. Even we are angry, not act your anger. Try your best that your anger comes into action. And then anger, which is anger only, emotional anger, which is inside you, can cause big damage. It can destroy your peace, harmony, your happiness, but it cannot cause more than that. It cannot damage more than that. But if you let your anger come into action, and this will cause committing big sin of killing, of beating, of harming each other, and it makes absolute things more worse. So practice tolerance. Sometimes it's also good to whom you are tolerating, yourself as tolerator, and others as enemy, as your object of your anger, who make you angry. Sometimes good to say this, they are one. It's like if I'm angry with someone, I start to think that I'm just angry with myself. Why? So I'm sick with anger. Let myself alone sick. Don't spread the virus of anger to other beings. Also get angry. Also get destroyed. Practice tolerance is the greatest practice of virtuous action, and practice the anger is the most biggest sin. Where else practice of tolerance is the greatest merit. Yeah, that's okay. Now practice of diligence. I'm talking about for perfection. Okay, perfection of diligence. Diligence. Means is a quotation. Practice of perfect tolerance, practice of perfect diligence is practice with joy, joyful heart. You practice diligence with heart of joy, not because somebody forced you to practice meditation, somebody force you to practice Dharma. Somebody force you to recite the mantra, no? You practice the Holy Dharma with your own joy, with your own, joyful kind of, with your own joy, with your own wish. No? You practice Holy Dharma joyfully. Not sadly, not depressingly, no? But practice Holy Dharma joyfully. Why? Because to practice Dharma is the most meaningful, most essential, is most wholesome among all the practice. Practice Dharma is most joyful, most meaningful one. That's why you practice Dharma absolutely joyfully, joyfully. I like to practice Dharma because to practice Dharma is the most meaningful one. It brings me so much happiness, so much joy, and it gives the most wonderful fruit of achieving great liberation. No? So to practice Dharma joyfully and to help others joyfully, like Marianne is coming, morning, I never ask her to come, no? Morning she's always coming upstairs, and help master to make welcome cleaning and helping Joanna to clean all the dishes, all the glasses, joyfully. I can see she comes with joy. She's so happy to help master or to clean the rooms. I cannot force her. Well, I don't have to pay for her, She do it by herself with her heart of joy. To clean the master's, rooms, master's, lounge, and to clean the glasses and the plate joyfully. Yes, that is practice, joyfully. Malash never practice joyfully. Huh? I give teachings joyfully. Nobody can force me. I'm quite stubborn, But I come here to practice, to give you teaching joyfully. Because when I receive teaching, all those great Dharma teachings from my great masters, I experience such a great joy. Most time I was crying with joy, with devotion, whenever I am hearing the teachings from my masters. I receive so much joy receiving teaching. Now this joy I want to share to my, is ego to say my disciple, my student, I think it's ego, huh? Who, can I, if I say my disciples, I think there's some ego, huh? My disciple, my student, no? But it's a way of speaking. This is the way everybody speaks. This is my son, this is my daughter, this is my father. So this is the way of speaking. Not necessarily it is involved with ego. So do everything from your heart with joyfulness. Practice Dharma, help others, benefit others, serve others. Do all kind of virtuous action. Do all kind of good things joyfully for the benefit of others and for the benefit of oneself, Practice Dharma joyfully. You walk early in the morning to practice Dharma joyfully. Because today's day will never come back again. Nobody can, even there, if you pay a whole space filled with the gold and diamonds and want to get back yesterday, back again, you cannot. Time which is wasted or past is past, it never come back. But the merit, the Dharma practice that you practiced yesterday, that you didn't miss to practice, will forever award you, forever make you joyful. Will forever feed you back. You know, for achieving the endless success and happiness. Yesterday we didn't practice. Yesterday's day, which was a greatest opportunity for us to practice Dharma, which you waste, is wasted. So practice Dharma diligently. Like there's one in the Shanti there was Chonjuk. Chonjuk means to enter behavior of a bodhisattva. No? To enter behavior of bodhisattva. To enter means to go inside, Chonjuk. To enter, to engage yourself, to practice bodhisattva behavior, no? Bodhisattva action, bodhisattva practice. To enter bodhisattva practice. Is it okay? Oh, so, but it's okay. Says, if the beautiful, the woman, beautiful woman who is well ornamented with a lot of makeup and a lot of jewelry, a lot of things, and she's in not in honeymoon, but in the ceremony of marriage, no? That's more urgent, isn't it? So if the fire comes to her hair, no? During the engagement, she have spent days and nights to make her hair nicely, combed and made very beautiful ornament. If the fire goes there, immediately she will react, try to extinguish the fire, isn't it? Yeah, like that. If you when the moment you are wasting your time, immediately you start to protect your time to be meaningful and immediately practice Dharma. Wasting time is like a fire going to the hair of a beautiful lady who's in marriage ceremony. She will immediately she will protect her hair. So you should, every good Dharma practitioner is every time you should protect your opportunity and time to practice Dharma, not to be wasted. Is this that one? I think so. This one, yes. When you witness yourself that you are wasting your time without practicing Dharma, that same moment you wake up, immediately you start practicing Dharma. Make sure you don't waste even a single moment of time, So very diligent to extinguish fire in here, like that. Very extinguish, to conquer your ego, to conquer your negative emotion, and to practice loving compassion, practice meditation, urgently, immediately, and joyfully, Now the fifth perfection is to practice perfect meditation, perfection of meditation. What is perfection of meditation? Meditation is something else, but perfect meditation is something else, The normal meditation, unperfect meditation can lead to sleep. First day like this, then later. Because your meditation is not perfect, unless you're practicing sleeping yoga. Tissue paper. Unless you are looking for tissue paper. Yes. Can I speak like this? Okay, I'm very, very talkative. Good thing is there's no translator. Now you speak English very well. Yes. perfect meditation. Meditation practice with the light. You know? I'm not talking about that. Some people, they put a candle light and focus their mind to the candle light. I'm not talking about that kind of light, you know. You see, in the Mahamudra aspiration prayer, there's one. That your meditation practice eliminate all the ignorant, eliminate all the misunderstanding, eliminate all the darkness of misunderstanding, darkness of ignorant. The inner light of the wisdom of enlightenment during your meditation, and clarify the darkness of ignorant. No? Meditation practice which is led by the wisdom of enlightenment. Without the wisdom of enlightenment, your meditation practice can be fool one, you know, foolish meditation. Sorry, no. Which cannot eliminate the ignorant and darkness. No? So your meditation practice must be led by the wisdom of enlightenment. But nature of mind have inherently, the nature of mind inherently have wisdom of enlightenment, you know. That Buddha nature, which is nature of mind, has inherently has the great wisdom. That's why it's Buddha nature, you know. So if you are able to rest in nature of mind, sharply, openly, relaxedly, you can see the clarity of your mind, you know, luminosity of your mind. You're able to feel the luminosity of your mind, clarity of your mind. No? Sir, thank you. Yes. You're counting rice, you're hungry. Okay. Sometimes we do funny things, you know. Yeah. So you see, the obstacle can come in any form, doing funny things like this. No? So the body's mind must be unshakable. Listen to the teachings and contemplate the meaning of the teachings. So the Buddha introduced the nature of everybody's mind is a Buddha nature. That Buddha nature, the nature of mind of everyone naturally has luminosity. You know? But nature of mind is with full package, you know, full package, the sandwich, no, not sandwich, hamburger. Full package. In India, it's a vegetable thali. If you say, order vegetable thali, then they can give a very, very small pot, all kind of vegetable, all kind of spice, all the rice, everything there. And you get all the compact, all are there, all in one. So nature of mind is by nature all in one. The wisdom enlightenment is there, universal loving compassion is there, universal peace, harmony is there, universal great bliss is there. Every good things, all the Buddha qualities are there as nature of mind, which is Buddha nature, you know. It's all in compact. So that's why the Mahamudra practitioners, Mahamudra secret instruction of meditation practice is mind-blowing, it's incredible. All in one, one in all. But you must know how to rest your nature of mind. You must know how to swim in the nature of your mind, which is the Buddha nature. No? Nature of mind of Mahamudra, which is all there. The clarity is there, peace is there, freedom is there, love is there, great bliss is there, you know. All right there. So Mahamudra masters introduce Mahamudra nature of the mind of their students, and students can practice this in cave and mountain, and they enjoy to realize their mind, Mahamudra nature of the mind, and they become Buddha. You know? There's a Telopa, Mahasiddhi Telopa, who is the supreme Mahamudra teacher, who practiced Mahamudra, who received the teachings of Mahamudra from Buddha Vajratara, and right away realized the nature of mind Mahamudra. He became himself Buddha, Telopa. Truptok Telopa give a Doha Mahamudra essential instruction, or Doha Mahamudra teaching instruction. The name is Chakchen Gangama. And it is near River Ganga, you know. It is incredible. Last year, I think so, it was last year. I missed it, unfortunately, because I was busy with the teaching tour. His Holiness 10th Sangye Nyembar Rinpoche, the photo is there. Yeah, next to Gyaltsab Rinpoche, between Gyaltsab Rinpoche and the Jamgon Kundru. Sangye Nyembar Rinpoche. He's young, still a little bit more than 50 years old, a little more than 52, 53, I think. He gave the teachings of Mahamudra. Mahamudra instruction composed by Mahasiddhi Telopa. No, or Ganga, Mahamudra Ganga Mahamudra instruction of Ganga, you know, Ganga. But it is in YouTube. I inwardly, wholeheartedly, I took permission. No, when I watched the video, I watched this video more than 50 times. The explanation which is given by His Holiness 10th Sangye Nyembar Rinpoche was heart-touching. Because Sangye Nyembar Rinpoche himself is a realized being, absolutely enlightened being. And the Chakchen Doha Gangama, this Mahamudra instruction, given by absolutely enlightened great yogi, Telopa. No? One who composed this Mahamudra instruction is the Buddha, enlightened, and one who explained this instruction as Buddha also, Sangye Nyembar Rinpoche. It's so beautiful, so meaningful. So this Mahamudra says, you just observe the nature of your mind, beyond fabrication, beyond dualism, beyond conception. This much I Telopa can say. Other things you realize by yourself. Chakya Chenpo Tendu Mebar. Chakya Chenpo Mahamudra is beyond showing, beyond symbol. No? The Mahamudra practitioners, he or herself has to discover, no? The great bliss of Mahamudra, the nature of the mind, you know. Conception will not find, you know, conception. Conception will not help you to find the perfect nature of Mahamudra of your mind. The conception is a cloud. Conception, doubt, thinking, all this will obscure your perfect nature of your mind, or Buddha nature, you know, Mahamudra nature cannot. You should rest nature of mind beyond conception, beyond judgment, beyond investigation. You know? Yes. Perfect practice of meditation, you know. Without dualism, without judgment, without conception. No? So the nature of mind is wish fulfillment. Nature of mind is the everlasting wish fulfilling jewel. No? Nature of mind is wish fulfilling jewel. By realizing the nature of your mind, it will fulfill all your wish of achieving everlasting peace, achieving everlasting freedom, achieving everlasting great bliss, achieving everlasting great bliss of enlightenment. You know? That's why the nature of your mind is wish fulfilling jewel. You know? You have wish fulfilling jewel within yourself, which is your nature of mind. You are not depending to anyone else to fulfill your wish, you know. Because you have the nature of mind of yourself is a wish fulfilling jewel, which we can fulfill your all the wishes, you know. So next time we should wear the komtha and the one cotton and go to Himalayas, no? Go to the forest. $5 kilo apple, 5 kilo orange, 5 kilo banana, and 5 other kilos, like peach or whatever, you know. So how much kilo it was? 30 kilo. Can you carry 30 kilo?
No,
You cannot carry 30 kilo.
I know.
Okay, I will help you. So 5 kilo apple, 5 kilo banana. No, not 5. I think, okay, then never mind. For 10 days, how much apple you need for one person? If you stay, Juja, if you stay, how much kilo you need for 10 days retreat? You would like to 1 banana and 2 apple. Huh? 2 banana, acha. You need 2 banana, acha. This I don't know. I think I like to have 1 banana, morning breakfast, 1 banana, 1 apple, and 1 orange. Enough? 3 pieces, enough? And lunch also same. Dinner also same. A lot of mineral water. So every day I need 3 banana, 3 apple, 3 orange. So how much kilo it is? For 10 days, 30 kilo, isn't it? 30? 30 piece. 30 piece each. Oh, a lot. But it's okay, we can go to Dobogoku, you know, the mountain, the holy mountain of Hungary, you know. Carry this apple, banana, and no cooking things. Nobody has to waste time for cooking, no. Everybody meditate Mahamudra in a small tent, but cannot sleep together too, no. No other activity, only meditation. Huh? You can do this? Okay, then we go. Shall we go next weekend? We can go? Friday we go?
Go.
Where? Where is camping? Where is it? I have here, camping is here. Camping is here. We have here, we can make tent, we have here already. But 10 days we don't cook, huh? Promise? Congratulations, Kunhegyes Sangha, you don't need to cook. You know? We can practice right away, no? So anyway, perfect practice Mahamudra, no, practice meditation, and then perfect practice of wisdom. Sixth perfection is perfection of wisdom, no? So that wisdom has to learn or develop three processes. First, you hear the teachings of wisdom enlightenment from your spiritual master, and then the wisdom enlightenment that you hear from the teaching, put into practice of contemplation. Wisdom that you are contemplating. First one, the wisdom that you hear from your spiritual master. And then second aspect is the wisdom that you are practicing, that you are contemplating. No? And now, third one is the wisdom that you are meditating. Contemplating is related to some thoughts, you know, a little bit of thinking, you know, you need some thinking. That's why sometimes you have to, you think about the meaning of the teachings of your spiritual master, the teachings of wisdom enlightenment, what you hear. You have to recall, you have to think, contemplate this. What did the master say? You know? What did our teacher of the wisdom enlightenment instruct you? No? You contemplate the meaning of the teaching that you heard, you know? Contemplate. So in the contemplation, they can have some doubt, they can have a lot of some challenge, some kind of, or maybe some a little bit difficult, you know. And more you contemplate the meaning of the teaching, and sometimes also you can just read the Heart Sutra. There's no form, there's no sound, there's no smell, there's no taste, there's no feeling, there's no suffering, there's no happiness. What does it mean? What are you talking about, man? No. Contemplate, no? So that's why some people need to learn some intellectual philosophy, no? Yeah, what are you talking about, man? So, first you will hear the wisdom. First you hear the wisdom of enlightenment through your spiritual masters, through your Kempo, through your Geshe, through your Rinpoche, no, anyone. And later, go back to your home or anywhere you like, sit down and contemplate. Mainly, in Mahamudra tradition of practicing meditation or contemplation is mostly you can ask your mind, no? You make a very good friend with your mind, you know? you can try to become very good friend of your mind. And you start to trust your mind. And you start to love your mind. And become very good friend with your mind, you know. The mind who is wish-fulfilled jewel. Mind which is wish-fulfilling jewel. First, you are, since beginner's time, because of our ignorance, we are very unfriendly with our nature of mind, which is our own nature, and which is wish-fulfilling jewel, you know. The greatest protector, greatest source of happiness is within yourself, is your mind. But because of our ignorance, since beginner's time, we become very unkind, unfriendly with our own nature, you know. We are punished every time because we are very unfamiliar, unfriendly, unkind with the nature of our mind, which is the greatest wish-fulfilling jewel. No? So even your nature of your mind is wish-fulfilling jewel, but nature of mind, which is wish-fulfilling jewel, cannot fulfill your wish because you are very unfriendly, because you run away. You know? You never try to make friend with yourself. You never respect nature of your mind. No? Our mind was drawn crazy with ignorance and negative judgment and misunderstanding. You become enemy of your own nature. You become enemy of your nature of mind, which is the wish-fulfilling jewel, which is greatest protector, who can protect you forever. So we are punished by that, no? That's why we experience endless fear and suffering. No? So now, the good meditator, Mahamudra meditators, first try to be friend with the nature of mind. No? So at the end, you know, you are absolutely falling in love, no, with nature of your mind. Good meditators, fall in love with nature of your mind. No? Somebody asked Lord Milarepa, do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a girlfriend that you have fallen in love? Yes, I have a girlfriend. Who is your girlfriend, sir? We didn't see your girlfriend. The nature of mind of great bliss, who always give me the greatest bliss, greatest satisfaction, you know, is my girlfriend, is my consort, inner consort, you know, to satisfy him. So we completely fall in love with nature of mind. Mahamudra meditation practitioners absolutely fall in love with the nature of mind, which nature is forever peace nature, forever blissful nature, forever freedom nature, forever loving nature, and forever perfect nature. You know, good meditators fall in love with the nature of their mind because they find the treasure of everlasting bliss, they find the treasure of everlasting peace, they find the treasure of everlasting love, they find the treasure of great bliss enlightenment in the nature of their mind, which is a wish-fulfilling jewel. You know? Solve all the problems once for all. So this is good meditators, you know, nature of the mind. So when you are making friend with nature of your mind, Mahamudra, and try to reach closer to nature of mind, and try to like and appreciate nature of mind, we have to meditate. You know? But for example, this Agi has very sweet daughter, you know. More you look at this daughter's face, how she smiles, how she laughs, more you can fall in love with your daughter. Agi fall in love with her daughter. more she look at her daughter, she's so sweet, so smiling, so humble, so cute, you know. More mother look at his beautiful daughter, more mother fall in love with the daughter. More the loving daughter look at the mother's loving face, more you fall in love with your mother. Like that, more you observe nature of your mind, meditate the nature of mind, more you fall in love with your nature of mind, which is forever peaceful nature, which is forever loving nature, which is forever freedom nature, which is forever blissful nature. No? And you can come, meditators forever satisfied themselves with their nature of mind, which is wish fulfilling 12, you know. So you have to meditate until you completely fall in love with nature of mind, you know, nature of mind, of Mahamudra. So the sixth perfection is perfection of wisdom. The wisdom is by nature perfect, no? Love is always perfect. Compassion is always perfect. The wisdom is also always perfect. Nature of the wisdom is by nature immaculate, by nature pure, by nature perfect, for sure. But intellectual, the wisdom that is focused on intellectual level, that's what I'm doing. The practice or the development of the wisdom of enlightenment, the wisdom, the perfect wisdom, which is beyond realism. Hello, Jai Ho, come, there's a place for you. Can you, hello? This lady's there, hello? Okay, good. Susie, you have a place there. The Holy Mother of Dharma came now, you know? Okay, sit down. There you sit down. Okay, Jai Ho. Chang notice Jai Ho. Here, face is Chang notice face. Notice Jai Ho, Susie Jai Ho. All these beautiful texts that we are reading, translated by Susie, with so much love, no? So we never forget Susie. We are always thankful to Susie, and not we also. Jai Ho. Okay, welcome. So, the perfect wisdom has to do with dualistic wisdom or non-dualistic wisdom, you know. The wisdom that cut off the dualism and realize Buddha nature of your mind is perfect wisdom. The wisdom or intellectual knowledge which cannot cut the dualism is not a perfect wisdom. It is intellectual wisdom. You know? The real wisdom, the perfect wisdom is that wisdom that cut the dualism. As long as there's a dualism, that dualism can create all the negative emotion, can create all the trouble, can create all the fear and suffering, can bring all kind of conflict. So that's why we practice and develop the perfect wisdom of enlightenment, which cut off the dualism, which cut off the head of dualism, and which eliminate the ignorant. So, the hearing wisdom, the wisdom that you hear from your teacher, wisdom that you are practicing, contemplating, is a preparation. No? Preparation to practice the ultimate wisdom which cut off the head of dualism. The hearing and contemplating wisdom, these two first wisdom is preparation. No? As a result of practicing hearing, as a result of hearing the wisdom and then contemplating the wisdom, when we practice, when we meditate, when we cut off the dualism, cut off the head of dualism, and free your mind from dualism and ignorance forever. A wisdom that introduces your nature of mind, which is Buddha nature. Wisdom that awakens your nature of mind, which is inherently has the wisdom of Buddha, wisdom of enlightenment. That wisdom is the perfect wisdom, no? Who can cut the dualism and who can make you to realize your perfect nature of your mind, you know? And the wisdom, the wealth of the wisdom is everlasting wealth, you know. So to collect wisdom, that's why many European students, Western students, they travel everywhere, visit the great lamas, great masters, and receive the teachings of Mahamudra, teachings of Mahaati, teachings of Madhyamika, no? To collect wisdom is most meaningful. If you collect wealth, physical wealth, it's difficult to collect. After you collect physical wealth, it will make you more insecure, no? Sadang, songdang, lakbe tongwai, none pongdol thai here prachas. The foolish one always collect wealth, physical wealth. First, difficult to collect the wealth, like you have to work 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day for 100 euro or 50 euro, you know. If you have to make business, it's very hard to collect wealth, you know. You have to struggle, you have to go through so much struggle. First, difficult to collect. You have to go through so much struggle to collect wealth. You have suffering of collecting wealth. And then secondly, with so much struggle, with so much suffering, after you collect a big portion of wealth, you experience suffering of protecting those wealth, you know. First, difficult, suffer to collect. Secondly, you have to suffer to protect your wealth. That somebody will rob your wealth, that somebody will cheat your wealth. You have so much worry, you have so much suffering because you have a portion of wealth, no, to protect your wealth, you know. You suffer during collection. You also suffer during you protect your wealth, no. In order to protect wealth, you have to fight with the robbers, and sometimes the owner of the big wealth can be killed by robbers, you know. You can get killed because of your wealth, you know. Difficult to collect, difficult to protect, you know, and then and fear of losing it, you know? Fear of losing it. So, collection of wealth, the foolish people collect the wealth. During their collection, the wealth, during the protection, they have a lot of fear, a lot of insecurity, no? They are not happy, they experience suffering. So collecting wealth doesn't have meaning because it causes suffering. It causes suffering of collecting it, protecting it, and fear of losing it. All the way through you suffer, you know? And doesn't give any meaning, big benefit. So the wise one, they collect wealth of wisdom. They collect wealth of divine knowledge, wisdom, which nobody can steal, which nobody can destroy, which nobody can deceive, you know. The collection of the wisdom wealth will always protect you, will always secure you, always free you. The most difficult time, during your happy time and those most unhappy time, your divine knowledge, the divine wisdom that you learn, that you practice can give you the ultimate victory, protect you, no? And enlighten you. The divine wisdom enlightenment which you practice with meditation, with contemplation, will free you forever and satisfy you forever. So the wise one collect the wealth of wisdom, spiritual wealth, no? So congratulations. Congratulations. Balaj, half sleeping here. Okay. Congratulations, he want to go. I have some students who finish 3-year retreat. They find an attractive girlfriend, something like the big Janos, old Janos, what's his name? Yaksha Janos found a very interesting lady. The interesting lady slowly took her away from the connection with Dharma and with me, you know. And then others, not Balaj, not yet, you know. And there's some others also, like this Bolton, smiling face, smiling face with a big head, you know, and taking away Monica from Ulrich, from her husband, and also from the Kunhegyes, you know, Bolton. You know? So be careful. Dharma has many enemies, many obstacles. You should protect yourself, no? Not separate from the Dharma and from spiritual community. Now the present, the friend of where she? Oh, she's there. What's your name? She is very kind. She's very wise. She will not take away from you, Kunhegyes, you know. She will tell you, Balaj, if you go away from Kunhegyes, I will not stay with you. Okay, you say this to him. Okay. Yeah. But of course, you have your freedom. So nobody can force you. If you want, you can go now, anytime. We will always love you. You know, doesn't matter. Everybody has freedom. Nobody can force someone to stay there. It has to come from your side. I learned so much things from this Mahamudra Meditation Center. You know, when Master is not here, that I'm in charge. I'm taking care for this center. Such a great person you are. Everybody loves Balaj. Only one problem. You have a problem with your Master, who want you to be more perfect. But with other people, nobody has problem with you. Everybody loves you, and you love everybody also. So Kunhegyes, the Mahamudra Meditation Center has to bring a good future for Dharma, you know. Good students stay stably here and help themselves to practice Dharma and help other Dharma practitioners during the absence of master, that you can take care, you know, can run the Dharma activity, you know. So this is Norby is the heart of Mahamudra Meditation Center, you know. But Chuck Norris came, you know. We love him. You know, he's looking what he's saying, you know. So Dharma has a lot of activity. You know, there's we said before you get home, you have a lot of pubs and the restaurants to waste your time, and you will hardly reach in your home in time, you know, because there's a lot of heavy hours on the middle of the road. There's many just for the road. There's so many things. Before you reach enlightenment, hello, you have a lot of happy hours, a lot of challenge, you know. You delay your journey and then never reach your home, or late will reach you reach very lately. But if you go directly practice Dharma without giving any priority to any other things, just try thoroughly, you will reach right away without wasting your time. So we need to be a perfect practitioner, okay? We try to make ourselves a perfect. We are talking about perfect practice of perfect generosity, perfect discipline, perfect tolerance, perfect diligence, and perfect meditation and perfect wisdom. No. So now we have to help ourselves to be a perfect practitioner, Dharma practitioner. You know, give our heartfelt priority only to practice Dharma, nothing else. No. Otherwise, you will lose your opportunity. Otherwise, you will not reach point that you want to reach. Huh? Yes. So we have to learn. We have to help ourselves to become a perfect Dharma practitioner, no? Who practice perfect generosity, who practice perfect moral ethics or discipline, who practice perfect tolerance, who practice the perfect diligence, who perfect meditation, and who practice perfect wisdom. Because we are a perfect Dharma practitioner. No? And then we will accomplish perfect result. We will achieve Buddhahood. No? Buddhahood, which is our own nature, which is our own essence. No? What's time now?
10 to 1.
10 to 1. Just nice. Just nice. So now, actually the question, normally it is good that somebody asks question, 3 questions. This teaching is also like a walk out, to walk. Huh? Not workshop. Workshop. We say workshop or walk. Last time, some students, 3 or 4, 5 students stay together and they discuss about Dharma practice, you know. What do you call this? Workshop. A workshop, yes, I correct, workshop. If anybody needs to have practical questions, question which is running in your mind all the time, today you can ask. If there's no question, congratulations. There's no question can be a problem. There's no problem, it's always better. But your question also can solve your problems, because your master have spent whole life of practicing Dharma and contemplating Dharma and learning Dharma since childhood. So he can give you the right answer. The right answer can also help you, you know. So that's why if there's a question which is running in your mind, Susie, can you translate? So question that is running in your mind, you can ask always, you know. But you don't have to create new question. No, don't create. No, you don't have to create a question because your master asked you if you can have a question. But if there's some doubt or some question which is always, you know, running in your mind regarding the practice of meditation, you can ask. Yes?
Hogyha valakinek van olyan kérdése, ami újra és újra felmerül benne, akkor most meg tudja kérdezni. Tehát nem arra buzdít most benneteket a mester, hogy találjatok ki mindenképpen valami kérdést most magatoktól, hanem inkább arra kíváncsi, hogy van olyan kérdés vagy kételjetek, ami újra és újra felbukkan, és most akkor ezt meg tudjátok kérdezni.
No question, no problem. Good. No question. The mind is a sleeping giant, you know. The mind which is not enlightened, the mind which is covered by ignorance, and negative emotion is a sleeping giant. If you don't wake up, there's a sleeping giant, you know. It will create more doubt, more emotion, more anxiety, you know. So the mind is calm, peaceful, it's okay. Yes? So difficult is to meditate when you are suffering, huh? When you're facing a big problem, big threatening, a sickness, or relationship problem, how to meditate? No? How to heal our wound when our body, spiritual mind is suffering, facing big problem, big fear, suffering. How to practice meditation? You know. How to, you know, I think this can be a question. This is a question for you. Can Susie can ask?
Például jó kérdése az, hogy hogyan gyakoroljunk, hogyan meditáljunk, amikor félelmet vagy szenvedést élünk át a tudatunkban.
Yeah, this can be an important question.
Ez például egy fontos
Yeah.
kérdés.
Yes. So, according to 1 minute. When you experience extremes of suffering, extremes of pain, extremes of heartbreaking, suffering and pain, and experience extremes of disappointment, during that hard time, how to practice meditation? You know? So this is your question, which I ask on behalf of you. Now I am going to give you answer. No? One practical answer as ourselves, as a good Dharma practitioner, Mahayana Dharma practitioner, loving compassion practitioner, no? Sixth perfection practitioner, as ourselves, as a Dharma practitioner, there's one saying, Tungna kunji tungal kur. Kurwa tungal jijato kamar hyos. If I'm very unhappy, when I experience heartbreaking suffering and fear, when I'm absolutely unhappy, may I take the suffering of all Mother Sentient beings who are experiencing even greater suffering, unbearable suffering. May I take all the suffering of all Mother Sentient beings in this suffering. May all my Mother Sentient beings be free from fear and suffering forever. This practice can be very useful, very helpful. Not only useful, for this practice is the right practice, so that you can easily accept your suffering with this intention, with this loving compassion, taking others' suffering and your suffering, sharing your, the moment you think of this, the moment you practice this, your suffering, what you suffer is almost gone. Yes. This is one thing. Second thing I tell you. This one is more profound one. Second one I tell you. Okay? Jayo, jayo, jayo. Yes?
Hogyha tehát valamilyen fájdalmat tapasztalunk meg, vagy csalódásért, vagy összetörik a szívünk, hogyan gyakoroljuk a dharmát, hogyan meditáljuk. A mester most egy elsőnek egy sokkal mélyebb választ adott, ez még egy másik válasza is erre a kérdésre, azt majd később elmondja. Van egy tibeti ima, és ez így szól az ilyen helyzetekre, hogy amikor szenvedek, amikor fájdalom ér, akkor azt kívánom, hogy minden más érző lénynek a fájdalma és szenvedése olvadjon belém. Bárcsak átlehetném én az összes fájdalmukat, és ők megszabadulnának. És amint kifejlesztjük magunkban ezt a gondolatot, amint átérezzük ezt, már is csökken a szenvedésünk, és majd, hogy nem elmúlik. Ez az egyik legalapvetőbb gyakorlat.
Same like Lord Jesus Christ practice, isn't it? Very similar. Bodhicitta, all bodhisattvas, their practice is quite similar, That's why I say Lord Jesus Christ is a great bodhisattva,
Ezt a gyakorlatot az Úr Jézus Krisztustól ismerjük, illetve minden nagyszerű bodhisattvától, mert ők ezt gyakorolják.
Bodhisattvas are everywhere, who take others' suffering in their own suffering,
Bodhisattvák pedig mindenhol.
Let themselves suffer and let others be free, There's countless beings, like mothers, many mothers are like this, during their, Yes?
Bodhisattvák mindenhol vannak, akik magukra veszik mások szenvedését, és
Mothers forget her own suffering because she concentrated to remove suffering of their child, She forget to take care for herself. But later, because of the power of loving compassion, mother also get naturally healed, So nature also can heal, Yeah? Yes?
ilyen bodhisattva a legtöbb anya is, aki rögtön foglalkozik a gyermeke szenvedésével, és magára veszi, magával nem törődik, de valahogy csodás módon végül ő is gyógyul.
So this is one. So another one is, since we believe karmic cause and effect, so we say that my suffering, unbearable suffering, heartbreaking pain, suffering, disappointment, is naturally caused by our ignorance, caused by our anger, caused by our greediness, caused by our wrongdoing, caused by our negative emotion, caused by our negative actions, sinful actions. So I wouldn't suffer. I wouldn't experience this great suffering, great heartbreaking suffering without cause. The cause was all the negative emotion, all the negative action, all the wrongdoing, all the sinful deeds, what I mistakenly, ignorantly accumulate, bring this unbearable suffering, heartbreaking pain and suffering in my life. One who brings suffering, one who creates the suffering is not other than myself, my own ignorance bring, my own negative emotion, my own negative action bring all this unpleasant, this suffering. No? So contemplate the cause of suffering which you created, which we created all the with negative emotion and with negative action, So go back to the cause. That you are the cause of your own suffering. You are ignorant. Your ego, your anger, your greediness, your wrongdoings are cause of this suffering. This suffering doesn't come without cause, condition, So cause and condition is created by one's own ignorance. Go to the cause, the root, that you are the creator of the problem. I think it's good to feel really guilty with oneself. Sometimes it's good to say, I deserve to suffer. I deserve to suffer. I deserve to experience all kind of miserable, because My mind, the ignorant, my anger, my jealousy, my greediness, my selfishness bring countless damage, countless kind of suffering to other beings. No? So I deserve to suffer. I accept the suffering because I deserve to suffer. No? It's quite wise thinking, And then, first you say this, then I have third injection I have. No? Not injection, sorry, what to say? Yeah, injection, method. What's a vaccine? Yeah.
Az is egy nagyon bölcs gondolat, hogyha úgy állunk hozzá a szenvedéshez, a fájdalomhoz, a csalódásokhoz, hogyha feltárjuk a gyökerét. És a saját szenvedésünknek, és a félelmeinknek, meg a csalódásainknak nincs más oka, mint a saját ártó tetteink, a saját tudatlanságunk, a saját negatív érzelmeink. Mert már nagyon sokat ártottunk másoknak negatív érzelmekkel, negatív tettekkel. Úgyhogy néha jó azt gondolni, hogy ha mi is szenvedést élünk át, akkor azt megérdemeljük. Ezt kell végig gondolnunk, hogy akkor szenvedünk, és akkor élünk át fájdalmakat, amikor megteremtettük az okát. És ez az ok nem más, mint a saját tudatlanságunk, a saját negatív érzelmeink, amivel másokat változtunk.
Yes. This is very good because you see then, otherwise when we are experiencing the extremes of suffering, pain, there is danger that we may blame others, get angry with others. Oh, I suffer so much because of others who are very bad with me, others are very unfriendly with me. The others are causing your suffering and then you blame others. Without blaming yourself who the creator of suffering, to cause suffering. Instead of blame our own karmic cause and condition, negative karma that we, non-virtuous action that we accumulate. Instead of blaming our wrongdoing, if we start to blame our fellow sentient beings, fellow human beings, then it is even more stupid, even more foolish. It is very, very wrong. So blame ourselves. And urgently take responsibility to change ourselves. To abandon non-virtuous action, which is cause of suffering. Diligent practice of virtuous action, which is cause of happiness. And urgently change your life. So your suffering is a teacher, to bring a big change in your life. Yes.
És amikor nagyon nagy szenvedést élünk át, nagyon nagy félelmeket, akkor fennáll az a veszély, hogy másokat kezdünk el okolni a saját szenvedésünk miatt. Ez viszont egy nagyon-nagyon ostoba dolog, egy ostoba hozzáállás, mert itt szem előtt évesztjük az igazi okot. Soha nem vádolhatunk másokat a saját szenvedésünkért, hanem mindig tudnunk kell, hogy a saját tudatlanságunkkal, a saját negatív érzelmeinkkel teremtettük meg azt.
Yes, you finished translation? Okay. So now third one is that you accept the suffering which is created by own wrongdoing, negative emotion, you accept it. And accept the suffering. Let yourself experience suffering for the purpose of the purification. Your suffering can purify your negative karma, your non-virtuous action. Your suffering can purify the sin that you cause suffering to others. Only through accepting suffering, you can purify your suffering. You can purify your cause and condition of bringing this suffering. So accept suffering. And actually be happy to suffer, because every time when you are suffering, you are purified. So our countless past lives, non-virtuous action, wrongdoing, can be only purified through your suffering. So your suffering is useful for your purification. So this life you suffer. This life's little suffering can, if you accept it as a technical purification, then this life's little suffering can purify countless lifetimes negative karma or sinful action. Because now you're practicing Dharma, you have special priority. Practice Dharma make you sometimes more suffering. Because practice Dharma, because more old clothes, dirty clothes, when you start wash, then all the dirty come out. When you are practicing holy Dharma, your body, spiritual mind is purified. When you purify, sometimes a lot of emotion, a lot of suffering, a lot of anxiety may come. Because you're purified. All the dirt are coming out. It's purified. So accept suffering for your purification. I am suffering. I have a very big headache. So this headache, the suffering of my headache is caused by causing headache to others. For example. So may I purify all the sin, all the wrongdoing, of my countless past lifetime, which caused this suffering headache. Be purified right away with this little suffering of pain, headache pain. May I purify all of negative karma, And then, of course, you can do the mantras, Om Mani Padme Hum. You can do Vajrasattva mantras. When you experience suffering, you can recite Vajrasattva mantra and help your suffering to purify more. Take a suffering to purify yourself, okay? To transform yourself, And the first one is this one, The first one is the superheat. This one is another solution also, Let your suffer. I am the creator of cause and condition of suffering. Now I accept the suffering. May my suffering can be useful for the purification of all my sinful deeds. And may it also purify other sentient beings' suffering and things like this. This can be useful. So when you start thinking this, your suffering, the suffering, start falling apart. Your suffering start falling apart, and your suffering become powerless. Yes.
Van egy harmadik megoldás is a szenvedésre és a fájdalomra, mégpedig az, hogy egyszerűen elfogadjátok a szenvedést és a fájdalmat, tudva, hogy ez egy megtisztulás. Annak is tudatában vagytok, hogy ti okoztátok a saját szenvedéseteket és fájdalmotokat a tudatlanságotokkal, az ártótetteitekkel, és azáltal, hogy most megtapasztalhatjátok a szenvedést, megtisztíthatjátok ezeket az ártótetteket. És különösen fontos ez, amikor valaki dharma gyakorlásba fog, mert amikor elkezdjük gyakorolni a dharmát, akkor a testünk, a beszédünk és a tudatunk bekerül egy mosógépbe. És amikor elkezdjük tisztítani magunkat, akkor először mindig a szennyes, mindig a kosz jön elő, azaz a szenvedés, a fájdalom. Úgyhogy egy dharma gyakorlónak ez nagyon hasznos, hogyha így tud tekinteni a szenvedésre és a fájdalomra. Mondjuk például, hogyha fáj a fejünk, akkor azt gondoljuk, hogy ó, hát persze, hogy fáj a fejünk, hiszen hányszor okoztunk már mi is fejfájást másoknak. Akkor most örülök, hogy fáj a fejem, és hagyom is, hogy fájjon, mert ezzel megtisztíthatom ezeket az ártó tetteket, amivel én okoztam másnak fejfájást. Ez is egy nagyon jó megoldás a szenvedésre és a fájdalomra. Igaz, nem olyan mély megoldás, mint a legelső, az a legmélyebb és legautentikusabb, de ez is egy nagyon fontos gyakorlat és hozzáállás.
Many bodhisattvas practice is that many bodhisattvas they accept suffering, you know. Suffering, what they suffer, they accept it. Like suffering is like wishful ritual to purify yourself, you know. Only your suffering can protect you, can purify you, no. So many bodhisattvas make this aspiration, you know. All the negative karma, all the sinful deeds, all non-virtuous action, which I accumulated, all the non-virtuous action that I accumulate since beginnerless time, with ignorance, with misunderstanding, with ego, with the ignorant of selfishness, with ignorant of anger, jealousy, so forth. All the sin that I create my past lifetime. May the result suffering which is the result of this sinful deeds, sinful kind of deeds, come now. May all the cause of suffering what I create out of ignorance ripen now, come now in my life. Let my whole life suffer and purify all the negative karma of countless past lives, negative karma, negative action. This life, may I experience all the suffering, this life, no? And from this life onward, may I experience everlasting happiness, everlasting liberation. May all the merit that accumulate, you know, forever bring me everlasting peace, everlasting freedom, great liberation, you know. So many bodhisattvas, they wish to suffer. And they all the wrongdoings, all the negative karma, all the non-virtuous action, all the sinful action that one committed since beginner's time, Bodhisattva prays that all the result of this sinful action, all the suffering or the fear, all the miserable come in my life. No? That I suffer in order to purify all the bad karmas, all the non-virtuous action from countless past lifetime. May the results, the fear and suffering come in this life, able to purify them all in this lifetime. No? So, and all the result of all the wholesome merit, practice loving compassion, practice all wholesome merit, those results may free me forever after I experience suffering, which is the result of my sinful deeds for countless past lifetime. So some bodhisattvas, they pray to suffer. They make aspiration that the suffering comes, then able to purify all the negative deeds, all the negative karma from their countless past lifetime. Those are very powerful bodhisattvas. They are not afraid of suffering. They don't escape suffering. They like to suffer. Because they know without suffering you cannot purify. May all the Buddha and Bodhisattvas, the recitation of mantra, everything, rapidly purify my bad karma. No? When the practice of holy dharma rapidly purify my negative karma, no? May my suffering will help me to purify all negative karma. No? So when people who practice holy dharma, they experience suffering, no? They take suffering as wishful ritual. Suffering as their best friend who help them to purify their negative karma, you know? To accept suffering, you know? And to use suffering to purify your negative karma, yes?
vannak olyan ártótettek, amit legeslegjobban szenvedéssel lehet megtisztítani. Éppen ezért nagyon sok bódhiszatvának van egy olyan kívánságimája, de ezek a bódhiszattvák nem félnek a szenvedéstől egyáltalán. Az a kívánságimájuk, hogy bárcsak még ebben az életemben megtalálna engem az összes szenvedés, amit azáltal kell elszenvednem, hogy tudatlansággal, önzéssel, haraggal, irigységgel nagyon sokat ártottam másoknak, nem csak ebben az életemben, hanem számtalan sok előző életemben. Azt kívánom, hogy érjen be ennek a sok rossz karmának a gyümölcse, és most átélhessem ezt a szenvedést, és meg is tisztíthassam azt. Aztán ez az ima úgy végződik, hogy azt kívánják, hogy az összes érdemüket, erényes tettüket, jó kívánságaikat is felajánlják azért, hogy a következő életben elérje őket a boldogság. De alapvetően ezt gyakorolják, hogy azt kívánják, hogy még ebben az életükben megtapasztalhassanak minden olyan szenvedést, amivel megtisztíthatják nagyon sok előző életre visszamenőleg a negatív karmájukat.
So like Buddha Shakyamuni, he had two choices, huh? Buddha Shakyamuni, young prince, Siddhartha have two choices. One is to choose to experience all kind of happiness in the kingdom, no? Being the owner of countless treasure, no? He have chance to experience extreme happiness. This is one choice. Another choice is that he abandoned this happiness and let him to experience suffering, which can help, which can purify all his past lives negative karma, you know. And he chooses to suffer. Suffering is more useful than happiness, you know. Happiness can get you get addicted to the happiness, and you can never run out of this. You get addiction like drug addicted, you know. Happiness, but suffering can purify you, can transform you. So Buddha Shakyamuni wisely choose to experience suffering for sake of his purification, for sake of his transformation, and for sake of achieving Buddhahood. Buddha Shakyamuni accepts suffering. He didn't run away from suffering until he was able to purify himself, transform himself through this suffering, you know, and enlighten himself. He accepts suffering. Like Milarepa also. All the great yogi, Milarepa, he abandoned all the worldly happiness. He went to Himalayas, top of the mountain in a cave, without food, without drink, without arrangement. He experienced extremes of suffering, hunger, thirsty, and coldness, and he accepted this suffering, and he used his suffering to purify himself, to transform himself, and as a result, enlighten himself, you know. So that's why also, you know, like another example is like harvest, people who are farmers, you know, who have agriculture. When it's time they have to harvest, they work very hard, they have to work very hard. Ancient time there's no machine, you know. The farmer has to work with their hand and feet, you know, they have to work. To make all kind of agricultural hard work, harvest, you know. They work how many months? 3 months? 6 months? Yes. So they work very hard with so much suffering, with so many, hardship. But in the heart is very happy. You know why? Because they can make good harvest, and then they have enough food to eat. Whole family have enough grains to eat, you know, champa to eat, rice to eat, fruit to eat. You know? They bear the suffering because this suffering is useful to bring happiness, to bring good harvest, good wealth, good kind of grains in the home. That they can another 6 months they can live easily. Whole family can live easily. You know? So like this, wise people are very happy to suffer during the practice of purification, during the practice of Dhamma, during the practice of Holy Dhamma. That practice Holy Dhamma, very hardship way, very hardly, you know. They work very hard, you know, to practice holy dharma diligently. You know, they avoid the sleeping, they avoid the good food, they abandon the good family, they avoid the comfort of life, and wholeheartedly, joyfully, they accept the hardshipness, the suffering of practicing dharma, because they know that after they practice dharma diligently, hardshiply, as a result they will reach enlightenment. As a result, they will achieve everlasting freedom and great liberation. And they indeed they reach great liberation. Yes. So what we have to accept suffering, okay? And don't try to run away from suffering. Suffering is treasure. Take suffering as treasure to purify yourself, to transform yourself, and to enlighten yourself. Okay. This is the only way, the best way to think and practice. Thank you. You can say this.
Sákyamuni Buddha Szidhártha herceg előtt is két választás állt. Az egyik út, amit választhatott volna, az, hogy ott marad a palotában, és boldogan éli az életét kényelemben és mindenféle örömökben. Azonban ő nem ezt választotta, hanem a szenvedést. Azt, hogy elmegy az erdőbe, étel, ital, ruha nélkül, és ott megtisztítja az összes negatív karmáját, és a szenvedést arra használja fel, hogy elérje a megvilágosodást. Valójában a boldogságot választani nem olyan bölcs dolog, mert a boldogsághoz nagyon könnyen elkezdhetünk ragaszkodni, és függőségbe kerülhetünk, hogyha a szenvedést választjuk, akkor viszont az nagyon hasznos, mert nagyon sok negatív karmákat meg tudjuk vele tisztítani. A tibeti jogi Milarépa is pont itt tett, mint Sákyamuni Buddha. Ő is a szenvedést választotta. Elment a barlangokba, az erdőkbe gyakorolni, mindenféle előkészületek nélkül, étel, ital, ruha nélkül, és megtapasztalta az éhség, a szomjúság, a hideg szenvedését. De tudta, hogy ha ezen végigmegy, és megtisztítja magát, akkor meg lesz ennek a gyümölcse, és eléri a megvilágosodást. Azt a példát tudnám mondani, mint amikor a földművesek egy fél évet nagyon keményen dolgoznak, és nagyon sokat szenvednek a földeken, de végül, miután learatják a termést, a gyümölcsöket, a következő fél évre van mit ennie a családnak. És ez ad nekik örömöt, és ez ad nekik motivációt arra, hogy örömmel elviseljék a kemény munkát a földeken, és a szenvedést. És ugyanígy van ez a dharma gyakorlásával. A jó dharma gyakorló az tudja, hogy ha most elviseli a szenvedéseket, sőt, meg is hívja a szenvedést, és magára veszi azt, ezzel megtisztítja magát, és ennek eredményeképpen előbb-utóbb eléri a megvilágosodást.
So we have to make kawacheko. Kavetuna kombang dupseo. So work hard, no? Work hard, no? Hardship. Practice dharma with hardship, no? Practice dharma. You can practice dharma through the atmosphere of luxurious atmosphere. You can practice dharma also. You know, when you experience happiness, then how to practice dharma? You know? So during when you are very happy, very wish fulfilling, very joyful, very happy, then you accept this happiness without pride, without ego, without feeling high, you know. You can enjoy, you can accept the happiness and offer this happiness as universal offering to all mother sentient beings as Gana Chakra. Offer your happiness as a Gana Chakra, share this happiness to all mother sentient beings, dedicate this happiness to all mother sentient beings, saying that as I am very happy now, May all my mother sentient beings who are source of love, source of my happiness, may all my mother sentient beings be happy forever. May I share my happiness for the happiness of all mother sentient beings forever. No? No? If you are suffering, you take other suffering. If you're happy, you share your happiness. And the more you share your happiness, dedicate your happiness grows infinitely, you know. Your happiness becomes more powerful, more genuine, you know. Yes?
Fogadjátok el tehát a szenvedést, és ne riadjatok meg a nehézségektől, amikor a dharmát gyakoroljátok. Másrésztről viszont, hogyha boldogság ér benneteket, hogyha luxus körülmények között találjátok magatokat, hogyha sok az örömötök, akkor is gyakorolnotok kell a dharmát. Amikor boldogok vagytok, akkor pedig ezt úgy tudjátok megtenni, hogy ezt a boldogságot, ezt az örömöt megosztjátok az összes érzőlénnyel. Egy egyetemes felajánlást tesztek, és mindenkinek odaadjátok ezt a végtelen örömöt és boldogságot. Amikor tehát szenvedés ér benneteket, a szenvedést magatokra veszitek, mások szenvedését is, amikor pedig boldogságotok van, akkor azt a saját boldogságotokat megosztjátok mindenki mással.
Yes. Kana Hyamba Meba. No? Yes, hello? Susie. Kana Hyamba Meba. No attachment to whoever, you know. No attachment to whomever, you know. Kana. No attachment towards anything, you know. No attachment and fixation towards happiness. And no fear towards suffering. No fear to experience suffering, and no expectation for happiness. And no attachment towards anything, everything. Yes? Yes?
Egy másik tanítás pedig az, hogy ne ragaszkodjatok a boldogsághoz, ne ragaszkodjatok senkihez és semmihez, de legfőképpen ne ragaszkodjatok a boldogsághoz, ne hajkurásszátok azt, viszont ne féljetek a szenvedéstől, bátran fogadjátok a szenvedést.
Yes, no fixation, no attachment to everyone. You know? You can share your happiness to everyone. You can take suffering from everyone. You can share your happiness to everyone. You can accept everything, but no fixation, no attachment. No? Because attachment and fixation will bind you. Attachment and fixation is like no? It is chain of samsara. It will bind you. It will imprison you. Fixation, attachment, bind you. No? So you abandon fixation and attachment towards everything. No? Susie? No fixation, no attachment, everything. No?
Ne ragaszkodjatok tehát senkihez és semmihez. Hogyha senkihez nem ragaszkodtok, akkor amikor boldogok vagytok, könnyedén felajánljátok a boldogságotokat. Amikor szenvedés ér benneteket, könnyedén magatokra veszitek mások szenvedését, de szabadon jártok, keltek. Hogyha valaki elkezd ragaszkodni a boldogsághoz, és valaki elkezd menekülni a félelemtől és a szenvedéstől, ezzel gúzsba köti magát.
No fixation and no attachment cannot bind you, you know? If you have no fixation, no attachment, nobody can bind you. You are forever free, you know? You experience a genuine freedom if you don't have a fixation, if you don't have attachment, nobody can bind you, and you can enjoy the real freedom, genuine freedom. No? You are free. You are free. You are happy to live. You happy to die. Yeah. You know. You are happy to suffer on behalf of others, and you are free to experience happiness and share your happiness for others. You know. So you will experience. You will enjoy genuine freedom if your mind is free from fixation and attachment. Yes.
És hogyha a tudatotok mentes a ragaszkodástól és a kötődéstől, hogyha nem ragaszkodtok senkihez és semmihez, akkor szabadok maradtok, akkor szabadon jártok, keltek, szabadon éltek, haltok, szabadon magatokra veszitek mások szenvedését, szabadon megosztjátok a boldogságotokat mással, így maradtok szabadok, hogyha kötődéstől, ragaszkodástól mentesen tartjátok a tudatotokat.
So sometimes, you know, like people who order many big buildings, many big honors, when they accept to stay in a small tent, you know, like people who in a German yogi sleeping in a tent. So one who experiences happiness in sleeping and meditating in a tent, he is the most happy man. People who stay big bungalow, big luxurious home, luxurious toilet, luxurious stay, come, their happiness is outlook, artificial happiness. The real happy people are those people who can stay freely in cave, balang, or in a small tent, without fixation, attachment towards a luxurious life, and can live anywhere, sleep anywhere with heart and peace. Those are very, 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 very a great being. Huh? Yes, sir. Yes. So when you have no fixation, no attachment, you can enjoy everywhere. You can accept everything. Yeah, isn't it? Yes. Yes.
Amikor valaki például nem ragaszkodik a szép nagy házakhoz, hanem teljesen jól el van és gyakorol egy kis sátorban is, az az igazi boldogság, amikor valaki ezt a fajta nem ragaszkodást megvalósítja. Nem biztos, hogy az a boldog ember, aki nagy luxusházakban él, hanem inkább az a gyakorló, aki csak szabadon és örömmel, akár egy kis sátorban is elélve él.
And many of you who don't have rooms, you are happy to sleep in the corridor, you are happy to sleep in the puja room, you are a very good practitioner. You know? Only some people I offer them because of their family, you know, otherwise all of you are easygoing, you know. I know all of you. You are really all a yogi. You can stay, sleep everywhere. No much special demand, you know. It's very good. This is very good vessel. Good practitioner of Vajrayana. Practice of great purification, great transformation, you know. Yeah?
És nagyon örülök annak is, hogy ti is ilyen szabadok vagytok, és örömmel alszotok akár a folyosón is, vagy akár a sátorban. Ugye nem mindenkinek tudok szobát adni. És ez a jó edény a Vajrayanának, az ilyen tanítvány, akinek nincsenek nagy igényei, hanem boldog az egyszerű körülmények között is.
So now it's lunch break, okay. So I can see all of you not boring, still listening with much joy. You all are extraordinary spiritual holy men, women. I'm proud of all of you, okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jai Ho! Jai Ho! Jai Ho! Thank you, thank you. What is time? Time for lunch. Lunch, you know. So we have therma. What you will do about this therma? What to do with the therma actually, huh? Therma is very attractive. We have fixation or attachment with thermal? No. Okay. Better we practice Dharma. So we have 2 hours pause. What is time now? 2 hours?
1:30.
1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4 o'clock we come back. 4 o'clock, okay? Yes, 4 o'clock we come back and we practice less speaking and more reading, practicing, okay? I know that listening teaching is one of the most important practice. By listening the teachings of Holy Dharma, you immediately enjoy the purification, you enjoy the transformation, you enjoy the understanding, better realization. To stay 2 hours in the teaching, listening the Holy Dharma, is one of the best practice of Dharma, you know. Giving teaching and receiving teaching is one of the essential practice of Dharma. Because during your practice Dharma, the Dharma teaching purify your ignorance. Dharma teaching flourish your wisdom. You have flourish your good understanding, great realization. and it brings peace and satisfaction in the mind because you got all the answers. You know how to solve all the problems. So receiving teaching is spending time for receiving teaching is a very important Dharma practice, you know, for purification, for transformation, and for the realization. No? Thank you. So this whole thing, 3 hours of listening teaching, is a very good Dharma practice that you do now. Okay? Thank you. So dedicate the merit. Okay? Dedicate the merit. Without drum and bell. Huh? No chance to show your ego through drum. I'm joking, sorry. When I was young, some other monks we make competition. Who make more better yelling? Who make better drum? Who make better, rolmo? Everything is a competition, you know. Yeah. Every movement is mixed with ego, you know. So, but we have to recognize it. If you recognize, then never mind. You recognize it, and then it's okay. Recognize, then is not out of order. When we don't recognize this, then we are out of order, you know. Yeah. Only this bell and tamar, okay? You want this yelling? Yeah, okay. So then you have drum also, yeah? Okay, yes. You have chance to show. Huh? Okay. You have your conch ego?
Yes, Master.
Okay. Blowing conch ego. Giving teaching ego, you know. Ego is very tricky. It can hunt you. It can, anytime. Be aware of it, then it's okay. Be aware of it means we have light. No one can steal. Nobody can, or robbers cannot rob because we are opening our eyes. Spiritual eyes is open with awareness. Then it's okay. Yeah. 도장 등들의 몸바라 상계는 도저라 결외 강념만심쟁라 송당법의 주제가 된게 특신 주제 다양 조발 요 do some 상계 one time, okay? do some 상계 Oh, Dedication prayer, it takes 2 minutes.
विश्व शांति कुरुये सोहा, विश्व मंगलम कुरुये soha. Good. Now you are strong to eat your lunch. Okay. Thank you. So I see you after 2 hours.
4.
What is time? 2, huh? Okay, 4 o'clock I see you again, huh? Thank you. Jai Ho, Jai Ho.